goal.
What's up, Seekers? It's Alex Panos.
And I'm Marcus Navo.
And we're here to talk some TV again. It's been a while. We're back out on the couch.
Hell yeah.
And
I know the reactions right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully we'll have some more reactions, right? We're always good for more trailers. Those are fun, and trailers are awesome. But we want to get back on the couch. We want to talk a little bit of TV. We haven't talked TV in a while, right? It's been a little bit. And some big stuff has been going on. Particularly, we're going to talk about The Flash tonight, right? So...
we don't know if you guys have caught up with everything, so be aware.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Big spoilers.
Big.
We're not
Big spoilers. Right.
Spoilers for Arrow, too, because I'm sure we're going to touch on Arrow a little bit. So, yeah, if you're not caught up in your TV shows, stop watching this.
Yeah.
Speaking of TV shows...
but then come back, obviously.
Yes. Always come back. Always come back.
Yeah.
But, speaking of TV shows, we also have Daredevil. Our review is going to be coming up very soon of it. Marcus is just finishing up Daredevil.
Finish it, yes. I'm sorry, guys.
Got a couple episodes.
There's a lot going on right now. All right.
Life. Yeah. But, yeah, we're going to have a whole review of the season. We're going to check out the whole season. So, look for that coming. Also... We have to talk about the elephant in the room, right? This is supposed to be a goddamn reveal.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be an unboxing.
Are we going to say the item?
No. We're still going to keep the secret.
Right,
we're going to have a reveal, an unboxing of something that's really cool.
Just for right now, we are extremely pissed off at the company itself. All right.
Well, you more than me because it's not my item.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel
still
for him.
very, very sad
I'm
right
hurting
now.
for him.
Supposed to have it this week.
Here's the thing. We're so pissed off and we're so annoyed that we're not going to give you guys a date because we keep promising this reveal and it's not happening.
We've given you 2 times. I gave it to you a while ago, and then he gave it to you about this week. And
so when we get it, you guys will be the first ones to see it.
Exactly,
We're not going to open it.
We're going to be a fresh, live reaction and reveal, obviously.
If we ever get it. But no, just kidding. We'll get it. Yeah. So, let's just dig into it. Let's talk about Flash, right? So,
episode 20.
Rupture. Right?
That was really good. Wow.
So, I call Marcus after watching this Flash episode. Well, it was the morning after, and I was like, dude, did you watch Flash?
And unfortunately...
and he hadn't watched it, and I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, I wanted to spill and just nerd out about this episode so bad, because, in my opinion, this is the best thing we've seen from the CW, from CBS.
Yeah, he's listed off every single television show, and he said it was the best one ever. Not every single superhero show.
I think this is the best one we've ever seen. Do you agree or disagree?
And I think you're right. Just with everything that they did for comic book fans,
right?
And just the writing itself, like you cannot go wrong there.
So
you cannot go wrong.
It's something I feel like I have to defend, right? Because
that's a big.
It's a big statement, right?
Big statement.
Because there's a lot of comic book shows out there right now. And I'm going to say TV. I'm not going to say the Daredevil and Jessica Jones series because I feel like that's hard to compare the two because they can do a lot more on Netflix that they can't do on television. So we're talking cable TV.
But very minimal budget. Not that
the reason I think that this episode is so damn good is they hit everything on the checklist, right? Relationship issues.
Yeah.
Boom, nailed it, right? It wasn't a whole episode about it, but they hinted at it, they nailed it, they didn't spend too much time on it. Acting. They fucking put Henry, Wells, and Joe in the same room and let them do their scene, and that's probably, I mean, those guys carry the show. I really do think so. I think Joe is the best actor on the show. Wells is good, too. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I like seeing Henry, you know, so when they put those guys in there talking about Barry, like, that was one of the coolest scenes ever, right? And then they fucking got me twice. They got me twice with suspense, right? I thought, spoilers, when Zoom went in there and killed all those cops, I thought Joe was dead.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
I thought Joe was dead. And, like, Joe's one of those characters, and you guys all have these characters in the shows that you watch, that, like, I've told Marcus time and time again, if Joe dies, I'm fucking done with The Flash. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how strong of a connection I feel with Joe. I love Joe. So when I thought Joe was dead, I was like, well, it was a good run. That sucks. I can't believe they actually did that.
But it's something believable though with Zoom, just because of the fact of how dark he is, and crazy, and just dude gives no shits whatsoever.
Right. But back to our checklist, right? So relationship issues, we had the thing with Iris. Iris. You know, we finally got that Iris Barry, you know, moment, right?
That Arrow had teased us with, and then fucking killed Laurel.
And maybe that's why I'm so excited about this, is because, spoilers, Laurel is dead. Laurel was supposed to be who Ollie is with, like, right? And I'm like hopeless romantic in the comic book world, where I'm like, fuck Felicity,
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
supposed to be with
Keeping
Laurel,
OG
right?
here, right?
Yeah. So same thing with this one. I was like, fuck Patty. He's supposed to be with Iris, right? So they hint that, and they give that to us, but then they pull it away. Barry's kind of like, I told you that last time, bitch, but you didn't, Mm-hmm. But he's like, I got way more shit on my plate right now. Yeah. So they touched on it, but they didn't focus on it. Mm-hmm. It was a dark episode. Like they killed like 12 police officers. And Zoom.
And then that episode, and then that scene with Cisco's brother seeing his doppelganger just get fucked, and it just kind of fucked him up. Like
so, it was super dark, but they balanced it super well with eccentric Cisco.
Yeah,
right?
They did.
That Cisco, it kind of revolved around Cisco. This episode did. It was his brother that was Rupture.
Doppelganger.
His doppelganger, right? He watched his brother essentially die.
Yeah.
It wasn't his brother. It was
when they've been having a falling out. In his words, ever since they were kids.
Right, yeah. So we got to see us, like, Cisco kind of carried that light for us still, right? Mm-hmm. With the Leroy Jenkins reference, with the,
all the Harry Potter
stuff, all that stuff kept the episode real light while being really dark. So they balanced it, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have Wells, who is like, you have to do this. He's like the sense of the group again. Not necessarily the leader anymore, because the old Wells kind of led the team. So that was cool. But here's why this episode is the best one I've seen yet, right? For a second there, so we're just going to jump into the end here, and I'm just going to spoil the shit out of it. So turn it off if you haven't seen this, because this is a huge spoiler. Barry dies, right? The particle accelerator destroys him.
They
right?
recreate the explosion. I can't believe Wells fucking injected that shit into him. I thought they just spill it all over him, and then he's about to go into cardiac arrest.
Right.
That was harsh looking.
It was rough to watch. Damn. Like you could feel everyone's pain in the room. You could feel Iris stop, like it's killing him, and then for him to be like, Iris, I'm okay, and it's still while having a heart attack basically, and then like his skin starts to flake off, and I was like, okay. They're really going to fuck him up. Okay, so this is very Flashpoint-y, right?
Okay, see, this is exactly what I was thinking, because I told you last week, I was like, what if they fuck him up the first time?
Yeah, and he's like, let's do it again, right?
I totally thought that's where we were
That's where I thought we were going with it, too, when he started flaking off. And then, boom, he's gone, right?
Yeah.
Blows up, disintegrates, basically. And the fucking flash suit is laying on the floor. It's not
it's got a piece of it, just a piece of it right here, just laying
so it's
down.
not like Barry was disintegrated and everything. It was he was gone and the suit stayed. So it was they fried him, right?
Yeah.
And then the particle accelerator
dark matter
lets it go, and it goes flying through the thing, and it hits Jesse and Wally, right? The writing, whatever, right? This is why this episode is so great, because I was and this got spoiled because I was stay tuned for next episodes, which it still might. I've got theories still. Mm-hmm. But I was holy shit, they killed Barry. And they actually killed Barry. For a second, I believed they killed the main character of The Flash, because I was okay, comic book-wise, this is called The Flash. This is not Barry Allen. Wally could be taking the mantle up. And, they set it up perfectly, because I was I can't believe they just had the balls to kill the main character at the end of season 3, or season 2. Holy shit, And they're going to give the reins to Wally. Wally's going to become the Flash. Barry's going to be part of the Speed Force and come back later. That's what I thought when I saw this. I'm sitting on the couch, wow, they did it. They did it, and I don't. The more I analyzed it, and the more I thought about it, and after seeing the stupid scenes. I told you not to watch those scenes for a reason, because I thought you would have the same revelation.
I haven't seen them.
And I was they're going to go a different direction with it. But, for a second there, same part with Joe, where I was oh, fuck, they killed Joe. Same here. I was oh, fuck, they killed Barry. They got me twice in this episode. So, was it as emotional of an episode as, the season 1 finale, where Barry and his mom... no.
No.
But just as, a comic book fan to, for my mind to just go fucking crazy and, oh my god, they're going this route with it. I was, stoked. I was so super stoked about it. So, I don't know. That's why I thought it was the best comic book. I loved that. I love this episode.
Oh, yeah. For me, I thought when he disintegrated, I thought they would go this route, which is why we have Flash Rebirth here.
Yeah.
I thought they would film him in the Speed Force trying to figure out how the fuck to get out.
And I still think they might.
They might.
I still think they might.
I haven't seen the scenes that you're talking about.
So basically, I'll kind of describe the scene to you, so you'll see it before Tuesday. Okay. It's basically Wells is we have to get Barry out of there. That's the way it opens up, right? Okay. And then it shows Barry talking to. This is where it kind of throws you for a loop. It shows Barry talking to Joe, and Barry's Joe, and he's yeah, I'm Joe, and he's and I need to get out of here, something like that. And Joe tells him, you're not going anywhere. And so...
That is
I don't know where he's trapped, right? He might be trapped in another world, another dimension. My thought was the Speed Force, like, I don't know.
It doesn't sound like an Earth, like...
It almost sounds like another Earth.
You think so?
Well, when you see it, you'll see it's like different lighting and stuff like that. It doesn't look like Earth 1. But he's in his house talking to Joe. But it's not Joe.
But then for Joe to say something like that, I feel
Joe's like straight cold to him the whole time. He's like, yeah, I'm Joe, but you're never going anywhere. Like, he's really cold to him and stuff. So it's definitely not Joe. So...
Which is another rebirth thing. Spoiler. If you...
Yeah.
Should I touch up on it?
No, yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
Well, there's a part in the whole thing where in the beginning there's a guy with a spear and he's recreating the accident that turned him into Barry. Later on, he goes into the Spirit Force, yada yada, and you see Barry Allen come in contact with the person with the spear, I believe, who ends up being Zoom the entire time. Right. And you end up thinking, like, holy fuck, like, so how the hell did that happen? So maybe
Joe is Zoom.
Maybe.
Wow, okay.
That would be really cool.
Maybe they are going rebirth, right? Maybe they are kind of going... Maybe they're taking kind of nods from everything, this is what the show has done. Admittedly, this show has fallen short this season, I think, right? So through this season, like, I love The Flash. I really do. I think it's one of the better comic book shows. But it has suffered from a lot of the same writing, the same plot lines. And so, like, admittedly, this is not the best work we've seen up to this point. But then they fucking just nail a home run with this episode. It makes me so excited for like the last 2 episodes. I was like, like they're okay. Like I wasn't like, I don't know why he was like, why don't you? He was ready to fight Zoom, but he's like, okay, I'll just give you my speed, fuck it, right?
It wasn't. This whole season is kind of necessarily kind of the first one, you know.
It is. It's the first season.
The mentor is helping out, and then all of a sudden
it's a rewritten of the first season. But Zoom's way darker, you know, and they've got different elements, but it's poor writing, kind of. Regurgitate.
But then I feel like they're at it. They like with this episode.
Well, that's what I mean. This broke that spell of like the same. We're like, okay, we're going to go into the same thing. You know, Barry.
Does that help with the other episodes for you? Like the ones in the past. Yeah, like everything leading up to it.
A little bit. I still think it was kind of lazy to kind of limp to this point. I think they could have given us better writing. I'm not saying I could write better. I'm just saying like I think they could have done a little bit more creative with Zoom, and making him different from Wells. Evil Wells, right? I think they could have done a little bit better there. So I'm not saying it was a bad season. I'm just saying, like, the last couple episodes we've started to kind of decline, and then they just, boom, home run it. Open up a whole new door.
I think these last couple episodes are just going to be mind-blowing.
And so I think, the last 3 episodes are going to kill
next episode's Kevin Smith directing.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see that.
That should be really, really cool. This dude's a fan. This dude has a recording of himself crying during the season finale. Yeah. I mean, like no other. And I got very emotional during that episode, but he just flat out balls, and he talks about how much he praises the show.
Yeah, with his on Fat Man on Batman, his podcast. Go check it out; it's amazing. But he talks about how his mom watched that video and she was like, "Jesus, I hope you cry that hard at my funeral." He has his whole heart is going to be in this episode. I'm really excited to see what Kevin Smith does with the Flash. But yeah, man, I guess it's like re-jazz me about the Flash. This episode.
If you had any previous thoughts about, like, oh, the acting is terrible, not only were all 3 of the people that you just listed, Wells, Henry, and Joe, all good, everyone had really good acting.
Yeah.
Like, Barry, just like you said, like, dude, when Barry was in that machine and, like, and his dad's coming up to him, Joe came up to him, Wells was like, hey, are you ready for this? Like, they all came up to him. You could see it on his face, like, this is fucking terrifying, but this is my ultimatum. I have to do this now after seeing what just happened.
He is a fantastic actor. Like when I say bad writing, I just mean they've given them kind of regurgitated material. But the actors on this show, I think, are really, really, really good. I just think Joe, I think, elevates above all of them. Just his presence. Every time
whenever it's a Joe
and Barry scene,
like his son,
Joe and Wally scene, Joe and Iris scene, Joe and Cisco scene, like anytime.
Because he's always like the old wise man. Yeah. He's just like, hey, listen.
But no, Grant Gustin as Barry and Cisco, Caitlin is okay, but Iris is amazing. All of them are really good actors, and so and they all hit prime form.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dante annoys me. I don't like Dante, but I don't think I'm supposed to like Dante. I think Dante's one of those characters.
Are you talking about like the doppelganger, like even when you're talking about like his brother.
No, I thought the doppelganger was cool as shit, dude. Like the Sith was cool and stuff like that.
Really cool.
That was kind of cool. Yeah. But no,
you're talking about his brother in general.
I just don't like him. He annoys me. But I think he's supposed to, right?
Yeah, because
he's supposed to know. He's a douche.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think,
hopefully that changes.
Yeah.
Because then at the very end of the episode, like we said, Cisco goes up to him and says, "Hey, I want to change everything." Like,
right.
I literally just saw you die, but not really.
Yeah. So we'll see where that heads. I'm okay if we don't see Dante anymore. I mean, I don't like. He was absolutely. If I gave this a 9.5, it'd be because I don't like Dante. I don't think he's a real strong actor. I just thought he was kind of there. Cisco carried every scene he was in. I felt like
But then there was a meaning to have Dante in the episode.
There was
first story arc.
There absolutely was. Yeah. So it was necessary, but he's not my favorite character. So, but yeah, all in all, I am so stoked about this episode. Like I don't even know. Something hit a fanboy chord in me. And I think it was that connection that I made, with the, oh my god, they're going with Wally.
If anything, the ending, not even the ending, I'm just going to sum it up. The entire episode should really strike a chord with every comic book character or comic book lover of the Flash.
Because, I know that, I think they're really going to try and get away from the Kid Flash thing.
They show it, holy hell.
Yeah, I think, Wally's a little too old to be the Kid Flash. Okay. So I think that's where I was like, maybe they're just going to pass up the Kid Flash and, Barry's going to teach him how to be a speedster through the Speed Force. That was where my mind went.
Hey, that would be really fascinating.
Yeah, but we also have Jesse Quick, who's going to be a speedster, too. Yeah. So let me ask you this real quick before we wrap this up. How do you feel about 3 speedsters being on the show? Well, 4 with Zoom.
I don't know. I just hope, if that's the case, they're obviously going to use the 3 speedsters in order to beat Zoom. I would have liked it to have seen Barry go through all this shit by himself. Well, not by himself, obviously having the help of all of his characters, but go through all this, get his powers back, figure some sort of way to defeat Zoom on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
so it kind of handicaps Barry.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a handicap match in wrestling.
So here's now. Correct me if I'm wrong, Internet. But in comic books, to defeat Zoom and to get as fast as Zoom, the Flash has to take his speed. Jesse Quick gives the Flash his speed,
because they all go through the. Is that the way he does it?
Yeah, Jesse gives him his speed so he's fast enough to keep up with Zoom. Okay. Because comic book Zoom is a lot different than TV show Zoom, right? Zoom is way fucking faster than the Flash in comic books because he's derailed from time, basically.
Okay.
So he moves faster than everybody because he can slow down time, right? So to move as fast as him, Jesse had to give his speed up. So maybe that's where we're going.
So maybe that's okay. I would like that more.
Yeah.
Than all 3 of them just gang banging Zoom.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think is going to happen because I feel like they're going to be like, all right, listen, we're brand new to this shit. We can help you out in some sort of way, but not going to actually get physical with Zoom.
Right. I'd like to see Jesse give Barry her speed, or Wally. Or you know what would be really cool, right? Barry's way faster than Wally, way faster than Jesse because he comes out of the Speed Force, or he is the Speed Force, right? So he's kind of training those two. They get into a fight with Zoom. He has to give his power to Wally so he can keep up with Barry so that they can beat Zoom. So ultimately, at the end, it's Barry and Wally. Okay. That would be kind of cool, too. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could take it.
Let me ask you one more question. One more big one.
All right.
For me,
I
think this episode tells you who the Man in the Mask is.
Yeah.
For me.
I hear you're saying, because you're saying...
Because in the episode, you hear Barry goes up, finds his dad after his dad's been gone for a while. Mm-hmm. And they kind of just catch up on things. And Barry ends up telling him, there's this guy named Jake Garrett. He was another speedster from Earth 2, yada, yada, yada. And his dad goes, Garrick? And he's like, yeah. Oh, that was my mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
For all we know, Earth 2 Henry could have taken over his mom's last name, become an actual speedster, ends up being the old Jay Garrick that we see in the comic. The older ones, in this timeline, older one is the Man in the Mask. Hunter Zolomon finds out he's a speedster. But maybe Hunter Zolomon already has a speeder. He doesn't. figures out some sort of way to get the speed from Henry.
I see where you're
that
going
Henry's
with this.
in the mask, because if he is out of that mask, then he ends up having his speed back, but Zoom is like trying to stop him, but he can't stop him because he's so fucking fast. I think that's where my head is going.
That's a really good prediction. I actually buy into that a lot. So when you first said Henry, I was like, Earth 2 Henry isn't going to have any powers. But maybe you're right. Maybe Earth 2 Henry is Earth 2 Jay Garrick, and he has taken the name Jay Garrick. That's a good theory. I like it. I buy it. I think I'm down with it.
I would hope so, because I really think that would be the way they go.
I would love to see.
You cannot just tease that and like, that has no meaning whatsoever now.
I would love to see like an older Flash, like an old Jay Garrick.
This is why I think they're going to do old Jay Garrick. Like,
can you imagine his dad in the fucking hat, dude?
Yeah,
that would be so cool.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You cannot have Hunter Zolomon pretend to be Jay Garrick the whole time and then not have the real Jay Garrick anywhere.
Yeah, no, so in the Iron Mask is Jay. That's Jay. It's got to be Jay.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's the other version of
dude, it's got to be Henry.
Or if it's other than Henry.
Dude, that would be... And plus, that's just a huge nod, to like the old Flash fans in the TV show.
Okay, hold on though. But are they really going to do that? Because Barry has a father figure in Wells, in a way. He has a father figure in Joe. He has Henry. Henry's going to die, by the way. He has a father figure in Henry, right? And
see, this is exactly how it all leads up. Henry... I forgot to say this too. Henry dies... And then Jay ends up staying, and they end up doing their little thing. Or maybe, for all we know, Jay's fast enough to where he can just go to Earth 2 whenever he wants.
You might be right. I don't know. You heard it first. That's a hell of a theory.
Henry dies.
I think Henry's going to die.
Comes over, helps the team.
Because they were like, he's back for good. No, he's not. Like, he's going to die. I hate to see it because I don't want to see Barry lose.
I love their character. Oh my god!
But
I'll cry if that's actually the thing. Like, I won't cry because I'm so pissed off. I'll be sad just because that's a hell of a thing to see.
Mom, damn it, come on. Yeah, for sure. It'd be sad.
If that actually happens, then he's just as bad as Paul Blackthorne or Detective Lance losing 2 daughters. Oh man, but he lost one of them twice.
Yeah, true.
Barry essentially lost his mom twice.
I was going to say, Barry lost his mom twice, technically. So, so, well, you heard it first. That's what we thought about it. I know we rambled on a lot about Flash, but we want to know what you guys think. Are we crazy? Was this a really bad episode we just went fucking hog wild with, or what? So, let us know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm challenging you guys. Go out and get us some subscribers. One friend. We want all of you to say one friend. Come check out the channel, right? One friend.
You know you have one friend that's going to like this kind of stuff, right?
Next week, we got Civil War.
Yeah.
Civil War is coming, right?
No,
so stoked.
Dude, that's this week.
That's Friday. Well, the movie, the video will be up next week, right? Yeah. Very soon next week, we're gonna knock it out as soon as we're done with the thing.
Yeah.
So
we know you're all stoked for that.
Keep an eye on the Facebook channel. We're gonna be posting videos as we do Civil War. So it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And we got lots more to come, guys. So I think that's it, man.
Hey, that wraps it up.
I
wanted to get everything off my chest.
I know, me too. So I'm Alex Panos.
This is Mark Snow.
And this is us signing off, guys. We'll see you next time.
Adios, guys.
Civil War.